Blog Talk Radio.
You're listening to the Lena Jones Diamond Network Show. This is the place where you and your business are the stars. Now welcome your host, Lena Jones.
Hello. Good evening. I always feel like I have to rush in and say hello right after my introduction, but I know I don't have to do that, but this is just really kind of odd. Still getting used to it. After 4 years, it's still a baby to me. Isn't that sweet? Well, welcome to the show. This is Lena Jones. I am your host for the evening, and I'm here to hopefully entertain you. Tonight, we're going to talk about St. Patrick's Day. I know it was the weekend, and it's over, ready for the next weekend, the big Easter bunny and all that sort of stuff, but I'm not finished because I didn't talk about St. Patrick's Day on last Monday. So, I'm talking about it today. And I'm talking about some interesting stuff. I don't know. Maybe you know some things about it, but I found out some things about it that I really didn't know. Some of it I knew. Some of it was folklore. Some of it was a little bit of everything. I guess it all just depends. Anyway, so what I did this weekend is I went to see the Black Panther. Now, I know people haven't seen it. I had went a couple of weeks ago to the movies, but I saw Samson. I didn't see Black Panther. And I noticed that people were going into the Black Panther theater wearing their African, I don't know whether it was Wakanda colors or anything like that. But I will say, my review of the movie overall, it was very colorful, very, very colorful. Love the colors. It was just a pretty movie as far as the colors. The positiveness, I loved it. Number 10 on a scale to 10, definitely a positive Black film. Positive Black movie. I agree with that 100% of all the reviews that have said something about it. Was it a good movie? Yes. I think it was a very good movie. I think the movie was excellent. And now that I've cleared that up, I will get to what I noticed about the movie. What I noticed about the movie is that the people in Wakanda did not seem to care for Black Americans. Hey, it is what it is. I mean, it's like I don't know. It was kind of like, we're not good anymore because we are from America. And the Black dude who played an excellent role, who was the representative for African Americans, was not good. I mean, he was a great actor, but he wasn't a good person. So it kind of makes you kind of reevaluate your own roots and your own people and things of that sort. And I love my people, I do, but I do know that the African American community does have to work on building each other up and not tearing each other down and not being there to support one another. And this is what I see personally. This has nothing to do with the movie. I mean, the movie just put some enlightenment on it. But this, I mean, what's someone say? But what I noticed is that through every tribe, there's some type of suppression. And reading about the Irish history, the history of Ireland, and the St. Patrick's Day traditions and things of that sort, I read about some of their suppression. They were suppressed by England. Did you know that? I didn't know that. The Jews were suppressed by Hitler. The blacks were suppressed into slavery by the white man, which originally originated from England. So we are not the only ones that's suppressed here. there's been a lot of suppression going on. And what I don't understand is if other nationalities can be suppressed and still manage to look out for each other and one another, why can't it happen in the African American community? That's what I noticed. Other than that, it was a fantastic movie. I love it. Very positive. Now, to go on to what I was saying. So I was doing some research about Ireland because I don't know much about it. And and as an African American woman, I like to learn about different things, different cultures. And they had tribes just like Africa had tribes, just like the Israelites had their tribes. You know, we're all a part of a tribe. Isn't that cool? I thought that was neat. So first thing, Ireland may be famous for their whiskey and Guinnesses. That's one of the things that they're famous for. Let's see. So I got a bunch of information that I'm going to talk about. We're going to listen to music from Ashley Day. She might have some Irish in her too. And we're going to listen to a skit from, it's not a skit, but it's actually the kids really talking, the minis from Miniature Me Academy. These kids, something else. I love having those talks with them because the things kids say, boy. And this is not edited. I didn't get a chance to edit that. It's only about 11 minutes long, but hey, what can you say about St. Patrick's Day to a bunch of kids? They, it kind of ends real fast. I mean, when we talked about Christmas, they had lots to talk about. But St. Patrick's Day, we'll see. But I'll let you judge for yourself. Okay, so this one is about drinks, the different drinks. These are the 10 different drinks about the list of 10 drinks from Ireland. Okay, so you find plenty of adult beverages during your trip to Ireland. If you're going to Ireland, it's a part of the European continent. It's all there together. That's my ultimate vacation, is to take a trip to Europe. I'm not, I don't mind going to the islands. I don't mind going to Belize and all those other places, but I really want to go to Europe. There's so much culture, there's so much history, and there's so many historical things in Europe that I would just like to see. And it's not just Europe, it's, Europe, Italy, Ireland. I want to see a castle. I really do. It might scare the heck out of me, but I want to see it. One day it's on that bucket list. Okay, so number one is the Guinnesses, which we all know of. That's a favorite for most people in Ireland. You'll see that almost at every pub. If you ever went to Ireland, you're going to see that everywhere. Dublin, be sure to visit the Guinness storehouse where you can get a taste directly from the Guinness factory, then and then you can get a perfect pint from there. The other drink is Black in Black, Guinnesses. That's a shot of black currant. It's usually for people who want to try Guinnesses but don't like porter bite. It's a bite off. The third one is Irish cider. Blummers in Republic of Ireland, pear and berry are my favorite. This is the person who's writing this. Magners in Northern Ireland, drink a glass of it with the ice. Fat Frog is another one, number 4. A whole lot of goodness in the glass. Eat a fat frog. It might give you cavities, but the most delicious cavity you'll ever have. It's blue Bacardi. It's blue Bacardi orange and Smirnoff ice, and a drink turns to a bright green. Ooh. It's kind of like, that reminds me of that the little green fairy. The artist had. Well, this turns into a bright green. Blue, Bacardi orange, and Smirnoff ice, and it turns into a bright green. It's the most unique mention of all the drinks in Ireland. Number 5 is whiskey and cranberry. Oh, whiskey would make it somewhere in the drinks from the Irish list. Try this drink with your choice of Jameson's, or Bushmills. Otherwise, use your favorite Irish whiskey. Number 6, Pointon or Crathar, also known as moonshine. I had to include this in the top of my Irish list. Typically made from potatoes. It's so strong, it's illegal in Ireland. Maybe we shouldn't be drinking it. A lot of stories about it. Some say they used to put it beneath the nose of a dead person. Since it's so strong, this is how they could tell if the person were dead or not. If they suddenly woke up because of the smell, then they weren't dead yet. Number seven is Bailey's, as one of the author's favorites, which is 10intours.com. 10 best drinks. It's a sweet drink normally enjoyed as the rocks of the dinner on the rocks and the after dinner drink. It's an Irish cream liqueur served on the rocks. It's supposed to be yum. I tried Bailey's cream a long time ago, but then I couldn't take the cream. But it was pretty tasty. Number eight, Baby Guinnesses. Baby Guinnesses is normally served as a shot, and it contains Kahlua topped with Bailey's Irish cream, and it resembles, you guessed it, a baby pint of Guinnesses. Number nine is the Irish coffee, also delicious. It deserves a place in any top 10 drinks of the Irish list. And then number 10 is Smithwick's or Harp. Beer may not be the favorite drink for everyone, but it should be tried during island vacation. During island vacations. The Harp is more speed. Or Harp may be more of your speed. I guess that's something else. And so we have some more facts, some quick facts about Ireland, okay? Somewhere along the way, you may think you have ancestors from Ireland. We're happy to help you get started in how to trace the roots determined on your Irish genealogy. Our tip should help you get a good start when it comes to getting the idea of where the family began. This is two. The best way we advise people to get started. If you know several facts like your mother's maiden name, you got a beginning to trace the roots, and then you go to ancestry.com. Okay, Irish genealogy is also well defined by user and surname. If you are if you're an O or a Mac, you might have been changed. Your name may have been altered somewhere along the line, but keep in mind that prefixes in Irish genealogy represent a word like son, son of, or grandson of. Many families were interconnected as names passed from generations to generation. Beware of the spelling as you consider the Irish last name. Then it says, any chance you know your family's Irish coat of arms. The Irish wear a coat of arms. Most family in Irish genealogy had one. It is also called a crest, or sometimes an emblem. If you have an idea of the colors, what symbols of Ireland might have been presented, Irish genealogy can start with a crest. The animals or weapons in the crest of arms can help the expert track you down to know what tribe you're from. And finally, your Irish genealogy should have been assigned a kilt or a sweater that was distinct to your family. We know plaid is awful trendy these days. In Irish genealogy, it may have represented families. So your signature green-red check crisscross pattern, also known as a tartan, may have actually helped others identify what region of Ireland they were hailed from. So there are so many families and clans throughout the Emerald Isle that didn't survive the wars and the famines along the time. Ireland is also an island. So finding a port and setting sail for the new world or new country is easy. So you can sail to Ireland. I didn't know that. I didn't know you could sail to Ireland. I don't know. I guess I should, because all those pictures I look at, you see those castles, and they're all surrounded by big, tall mountains and water. That's pretty great. So let's go to the history of the Scottish kilt. That one was interesting. I thought so. The history of the Scottish kilt. And I'm getting this one from 10 on tours. Okay. The history of the Scottish kilts helped us establish what makes the kilt so cool. In fact, Scots have been wearing long woolen quotes